All right, let's switch to a non-COVID-19 story. So the FDA, actually, this is a COVID-19 story, but it's not a vaccine story. All right, so the FDA turned down emergency use authorization for Rigel Pharmaceuticals' experimental COVID-19 therapy, even though the company reported positive results from a phase 2 study. So Brian, why did the FDA hand down this rejection to Rigel?
Yeah, so this was only from a phase 2 study, and the study was just in 59 patients. So it seems like that just wasn't enough for the FDA. You know, especially this late in the pandemic. Maybe if they had the data and they were the first drug to try to get emergency use authorization, then maybe that would be enough. When we had all the hospitals were completely full, but at this point, the FDA seems like they want some more data. The company is running a phase 3 clinical trial. The drug's already approved as a second line treatment for thrombocytopenia. It goes by the brand name Tavalisse, Tavalisse. The company is expects to complete enrollment in that clinical trial by the end of this year, and then the NIH is also running studying the drug in a platform of phase 3 study, and that just started. So the data for that trial will be a while. But so, I think it's sort of disappointing for the company because they could have had sales if the FDA would have approved it based on the phase 2 data, and now they're gonna have to wait until the phase 3, and by the time they get the phase 3 data, and then submit the emergency use authorization. Now, hopefully more and more people have been vaccinated, and therefore the number of people that need treatment will have gone down substantially. So unfortunately, I think they've missed a lot of their potential for this drug, at least as a COVID-19 treatment. They still have it as a thrombocytopenia treatment.
All right. And the company, Rigel's CEO, Raul Rodriguez, said that, if the phase 3 study meets its endpoints, the company does plan to resubmit its EUA filing with the additional data. I think, there's a bigger story here. I think a lot of people may have been skeptical about the FDA's EUA process, that, hey, they're cutting corners. The agency is just, rushing through the process and putting vaccines and therapies on the market that haven't really been scrutinized heavily. I think this is at least one example that shows, no, that's not the case. The FDA is really looking at the data, and if the data doesn't support the safety and efficacy of a vaccine or a therapy for COVID-19, it's not going to get a EUA. And I think that's what we're seeing here.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think early on, I think there was a lot more pressure for them to give emergency use authorizations. But I think now, with the less people needing it and already having treatments on the market, I think that puts pressure on the latecomers to produce more data than the early comers did.